Good morning, everybody. You're welcome to Market Overview / Trade Idea. So in this call, I'm going to be walking you guys through a couple of trade ideas I'm looking at for this week, starting from AUD CHF to AUD JPY, AUD USD, EuroCAD, Euro CHF, GBP JPY, NZD USD, USD CAD. So starting with AUD CHF, so I actually called out this trade last week, but price has not given us the full play yet. So I'm still looking at this. It is still on my radar for this week. And as you can see on the screen, I am anticipating that price is going to take out this daily liquidity. So we actually have equal highs up here and price is inside this imbalance. So price has been consolidating for a while inside this imbalance. So maybe because now price is creating all this liquidity also. So maybe a sweep up this liquidity and then price can start to go up for this daily highs. So I'm actually looking at this AUD CHF because of the daily liquidity to the upside, which is about, that's about 92 pips from where we are now. So maybe what we can anticipate now is, let me go down to the 4 hours and see. So on the 4 hours, we do have this liquidity that is being built here now. So maybe we can see a sweep of this liquidity and then price can start to go up from there. So for now, I'm still waiting to see what is going to happen in this area. So the trade idea is not ready yet. I'm just waiting to see what is going to happen. So maybe a run on this liquidity. If price is taking this internal liquidity we have here now, then if we get some kind of accumulation below these lows, then I'll be looking to take a buy all the way to the upside. So the target, the overall target is going to be this daily highs. The first target is going to be 3 times what I'm risking, right? So a sweep off the liquidity and then a possible move to go to the upside, then we can take out this daily highs. So that's what I'm looking for on AUD CHF. It's a very simple trade. We have this, in terms of the structure, we have this structure within structure break, and then we have this down range and the stop range, and then we have all of this. If I'm to draw from the swing low all the way to the swing high up here, so price is already at discount, but we want to have maybe a more discount entry. So sweep off the liquidity, come into a discount entry well, and then we can possibly look for buying opportunities to the upside. So for AED CHF, I am bullish. I want to see the daily highs get captured. That's for AED CHF. And then for AUD JPY, so AUD JPY on the daily time frame. So AUD JPY on daily time frame. You can also see we have some equal highs to the upside. So we have this daily liquidity also resting to the upside. And then we also have this daily liquidity also to the upside. So just like for AUD CHF, I'm anticipating bullish price action. The same thing for AUD JPY. I'm also looking to go up. And if we look at the daily structure, you can see we have this higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So price already on the daily time frame has been giving us some bullish structure to the upside, creating highs and lows. So what I'm anticipating now for this week, into next week is possible bullish continuation to the upside. So we can take out this daily high one, and then we can take out the second daily liquidity to the upside. So for AUD JPY, I'm also bullish. In terms of the daily range now, we have this as the daily down range here. And then we have this as the top range where the daily liquidity is. We scale down to the 4 hours. 4 hours now, we have this as the down range on the 4 hours. And then we have this as the top range on the 4 hours. And this is the liquidity from the daily. Now, looking at the 4-hour structure, we can see that we have created a new higher high. Yeah. So we can call this the higher low. And then this is the higher high up here. So move down, I'll be anticipating some rejection to the upside on the 4 hours. Let me scale down to the 1 hour and see. So on the 1 hour, now I don't know the extent to which price is going to sell down. So already on the 1 hour, we seem to have a structure break to the downside, considering this higher high, higher low, high, low, high, and then we have the 1 hour break to the downside, plus this liquidity here already. So maybe I'm just going to be monitoring this to see how far this is going to sell. And then if we have some kind of breaker structure again to the upside within this range. So we have this as the down range and we have this as the top range. We have this 1 hour liquidity now plus a breaker structure to the downside. Although this is equal highs and, it is not good to take shots at equal highs, like selling when liquidity is present to the upside. It could be a very dangerous trade. So I'm just going to be on the sideline watching this to see what happens. Just liquidity gets swept. I want to see how far price is going to sell down. And then if we get some kind of accumulation at discounts, because now measuring from the 4 on the 4 hours again, taking the feed from the swing low here to the swing high up here. Now I'm looking at discount entries anywhere from 50% below is where I'm going to be looking to take it by on AED JPY to the upside. So you can keep an eye on this. Looks very good. So there is no clear point of interest yet as to where price is likely going to reject from. So just be on the lookout for maybe the 1 hour sweep and then price maybe sell down the more. And then if price starts to come into the discount areas, the 50% and below, just be on the lookout. Price is most likely going to start rejecting to the upside. So that is it for AED JPY. And then for AUD CAD, so AUD CAD actually has been amazing on the daily time frame. As soon as we saw this liquidity sweep to the upside, I told you guys immediately after the sweep, I told you price is most likely going to start selling down, aiming for what this daily liquidity to the downside. So price has captured the liquidity to the upside. It's coming for the liquidity to the downside. Very simple stuff, right? And then price sold down. Then I said I wanted to see price come into this imbalance and give us the rejection to the downside. So I gave you the point of interest, this daily imbalance. I wanted price to come into this imbalance and then sell down. Now you might be saying that there's no break of structure here. So why am I looking to sell? John said, at times we do not need break of structure in order to know where the direction of the market is going to be or where the market is going to go. That's what John said. Watched it in one of his videos on YouTube. So yeah, I was right predicting that price was going to sell down because if prices capture the daily liquidity to the upside, then it's coming for the liquidity to the downside. I've seen this happen. I called it on AUD JPY, AUD NZD. We also saw it happen on AUD CAD. We've been calling out trade ideas that are similar to this kind of setup. Price takes out the liquidity to the upside and then start to come for the liquidity to the downside. So overall on AUD USD, I'm still believing that this liquidity to the downside is going to get swept and then scaling down to the 1 hour to 15 minutes now. So on the 15-minute price gave the first entry, which I didn't take, right? So price gave this first entry. I didn't participate in this one. And then last week also during the pre-London session call, we used to have Charles called out an amazing sell from up here. So we actually took another sell from up here. I think, was it this area? No, I think it was from here. So we took another sell from this area here and then captured this liquidity and then price really sold down. Right. But now what can we see? Price has rejected back to the upside again. We have this liquidity in this area here. So we actually have this liquidity in this area. Now scaling back to the bigger time frame on the daily, let's see. So overall, the directional buyers, I'm looking at price going to the downside. And from where we are now, it's about 70 pips more. This is the daily time frame. Scale down to the 4 hours now. On the 4 hours, we have this low, we have this high, and then we have this low, and then this high, and then this low. This lower low, lower high, low, high, low, and I think lower high. So this is still a potential lower high because it has not created a lower low yet. So maybe I can see that we had some kind of liquidity sweep in this area by this candle, and then price sold down more. So let's scale down time frames. Let's go down to the 1 hour and see what do we have. So on the 1 hour, okay, this liquidity has been captured. This liquidity here has been captured. We have this one intact. This liquidity here is intact. Now, in terms of the 1 hour, I can see a structure shift on 1 hour time frame also. If we go to the 30 minutes, it's more clearer there. You can see we have a structure shift, a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. And then we had what? A break of structure to the downside before market closed on Friday. Now we have a weekly opening price. So this is where price opened for the week. And remember, if it's going to be a bearish week, buying above the weekly opening price is going to be amazing, which was what happened in this area exactly. Entry would have been here if I was, not, I mean, if I'd seen it earlier, and then stop can just go above this high, and then this trade would have actually been running in a lot of profit now. But since we missed that first entry, how can we get in again? Now, this is the opening price for the week. And okay, let's check the 1 hour time frame now. We have the imbalance. So now that we have this imbalance here, you can be on the lookout price coming into this imbalance and then giving us a rejection to the downside. Yes, so you can keep an eye on this imbalance for potential sell opportunities. So what are we looking at? What are we going to be looking for inside this imbalance? Some kind of distribution that price wants to go down. So on the lower time frame, smaller than the 1 hour, we are going to be looking for some kind of distribution, higher high, higher low, higher high, and some kind of break, and then play the retest, and then overall join the institution to go down. That's what I'm looking at for AD USD. Very amazing trade. It's going to play out well. So keep an eye on that also. And then for EuroCAD on the daily time frame. So EuroCAD on the daily time frame, you can see we have this daily liquidity. I'm sure you guys are used to this by now. I always go to the higher time frame to spot the liquidity, spot the imbalance and all, and I'm taking the entries on the smaller time frame. That's how I trade. Very simple. Okay. Now on the daily time frame, we have some kind of structure that was forming, higher high, higher low, higher high, this low, and then price gave us this high, and then we have some kind of break structure to the downside. So now the daily we can say is bearish. Now, it's very obvious that we are so close to this daily liquidity. And I think there's also one here also. So we also have this liquidity here, daily liquidity rather. So now if the institutions are really going to sell this down, we're looking at around, give or take, 370 pip move to the downside. So now the question is, will price reject from here now, or price will come into this imbalance and give us a more premium entry? That is what I would like. I would like to get a more premium entry. So I would like to see price go up, just leave the liquidity go up, come into this imbalance and give us some kind of rejection from that area. That is what I want to see, something like this, right? So I want a premium entry. Okay, taking the sell here now might be dangerous, could play out, but might be dangerous. But then I would love to see something like this. We actually have two of the imbalances here. We have this first one up here and the second one here. So if price starts to buy, this could be a target to go down. And then this could also be an area where we want to look at to go down. Then if we had, demand and supply, we have this area here also. So this area was a previous supply area, price broke it, came down. So we could be looking at this area also for another supply. Yeah, so this is what I want to see. I want to see a more premium entry or a sell down. So I might be wrong. Price can just start to sell from here, but this is what I would like to see. So drawing the feed now from the swing high up here all the way to the swing low. You see, so 50% and beyond starts from the imbalance here. So yeah, I would like to see something like this happen, go down. Or price could just sell down overall to the downside. Let me see what's going on the lower time frame and check the 4 hours. What do we have? So on the 4 hours, we seem to have broken structure to the upside, which I would say is okay. We have this low, this high, this low, this lower high, and then this low. 4 hours giving us this break. So maybe the institutions want to buy up first before coming down. I don't know what's going to happen for sure, but uh, candles will tell me. So I will just wait for more information to be printed. And I'm sure this is the opening price for the week. So if this is the opening price for the week, and I'm anticipating maybe a possible push to the upside first before price come down, then most likely we might have a bullish week. And then maybe next week, 2 weeks time, price starts to sell down. So I don't know, but I'm just going to wait to see what happens. And then if price starts to give me some multiple confirmation that it wants to go down from here, it's okay to change your buyers and start looking for sell opportunities to the downside. I'm just anticipating that price should give us a more premium entry before the sell down. Smart money can do otherwise. So keep an eye on this Euro card. That's for Euro card. And then Euro chef. Euro chef. Oh, liquidity has been swept. I think we're late on this one already. Okay. So Euro chef actually spotted this liquidity last night before market opened, and I was going to discuss it this morning for you. And already the institutions are started to run on the liquidity. So I believe this is going to continue to sell down should this liquidity come into this imbalance. So really, maybe there's no trade idea here anymore. Let me go to the 4 hours and see. So, yeah, I mean, they've started to run on the liquidity, as you can see. Yeah, but then if, okay, now this trade is only going to be in my radar if the institution do not run the liquidity very well. That means they do not run it by a lot of pips, just like this small peep now, this small liquidity run, and then price starts to reject from here, then you can look at this imbalance for continuation, the sell continuation to the downside. Yeah, I'm definite on this one. If they do not sweep this by much, you can look at this imbalance here for a sell down. But once the institutions have swept the liquidity by a great peep, like a very large drop, just that's it. Look for another trade idea. HF is done. That's how I do it. Once the liquidity has been captured, I'm done with that pair. I'm off to something else. Okay, so for EuroChef, this trade is only going to be valid if they do not sweep this liquidity by a large amount of drop, like very big peep. This small one now is okay. If price reject, you can still look at this area for the sell continuation to the downside. I've seen this happen a lot of time, so I know that if they do not sweep it by a large amount of drop, then they will come back for it. So keep an eye for EuroChef. But GBP now GBP actually did something really amazing. Okay, first, sorry, let me take this up. First, let's look at the JPY futures. So the JPY futures, I'm sure played out the way we wanted it to. So yes, in one of our calls in the past, we saw the JPY. As of then, I think JPY was in this area. The JPY futures was in this area. And then we had a JPY news that was coming out very early in the morning. And I told you guys that I'm anticipating that the JPY futures is going to sell down. Right from this area, I believe the institutions were already looking at this daily liquidity to get swept. So you see, right from this area, from 26th of April, institutions were already looking to take out this liquidity to the downside. And then we had this big drop, and then price came to this area. And I remember in the recording telling you that we can anticipate some kind of, lower high, and then price should continue to sell down to give us a new lower low. And that is exactly what happened. You can see the markup is still there, right? All of this, and then we have this push to the upside, and then sell. Price did exactly what I wanted. But now, as the liquidity being captured, let us see. No. So instead, the institution took price all the way down here and started to reject. So Friday, instead of them to sweep the liquidity on Friday, they gave us a bullish candle on Friday. So now I'm sure the institution wants, the common traders to believe that this is a support level that is going to hold price. So if this area held price in the past, most likely it's going to hold price again. But I'm telling you that this will sweep. Yeah, this will get swept. The institutions are going to take out this liquidity to the downside. I don't know how quick it's going to be, but I'm definite they're going to take out this liquidity. So now with this, going back to GBP JPY, for example, now see this. This is what I'm saying for EuroChef. Just look at this now. So yes, I remember calling out a buy from this daily imbalance in one of the previous recordings. So price actually came into the daily imbalance, bought up, came down the more, feel the imbalance the more, and then rejected all the way to the upside. So now structure-wise, we have this structure within structure break here. And then we can say that this is now the down range. And then we have a top range. So now this liquidity has been swept, but not by much. And you see, and then coupled with the fact that the JPY futures asked the daily liquidity to the downside, the liquidity is still intact. I'm still believing that GBP JPY is going to go to the upside. So GBP JPY is not done buying yet. Yeah, it's not done buying yet. So keep an eye, maybe a lower time frame for possible move to the upside. Now let me check the 4-hour time frame. So on the 4-hour time frame, this liquidity, we have this liquidity here. So we have this internal liquidity, which I'm sure they're going to sweep this one. So I think JPY for now is still going to sell down, maybe into this imbalance here, because now on the 4 hours, remember this is the daily range, the down range here and the top range. But now the 4-hour has this high, this low, and then this high. And then this could be the down range on the 4 hours. So if we're considering this as the 4-hour down range now, drawing the fib from the swing low all the way to the swing high. Now, if we're looking to take a buy from this imbalance here, this is discount. But drawing the fib from the daily time frame now, we are going to be buying above discount because 50% starts below. But then from the 4-hour, if we're going to be going with the 4-hour range, then a buy from this imbalance here is discount to go up. So I think we can look for possible buy opportunities in this area to then take JPY to the upside. Yeah. And then for NZUSD, I just wanted to bring this to your notice, right? For now, I don't know which of the liquidity is going to, like the institutions are going to take out first. We have liquidity to the upside. We have liquidity to the downside. I don't know which the institution are going to go for first. But then the candles are going to tell us, right? So let's just wait and see what is going to happen. How is today candle going to close? How is tomorrow candle going to close? If we start to see higher price in the more, today close bullish, tomorrow close bullish, then we can anticipate that this liquidity is the target. But if we have a big sell today to the downside and then tomorrow another sell, we can anticipate that this is going to be the target. So for now, I'm neutral. I don't know which of the liquidity the institution want to capture. I'm going to wait for more informations to come. And then when I see what candle has been printed, that will give me a signal as to which of the liquidity the institutions are going to go for first. So for NZD USD, I'm neutral for now. And then USD CAD also, same thing, right? We have liquidity to the upside and we also have liquidity to the downside. So for now, I'm neutral. I don't know which of the liquidity they're going to go for first. I mean, price is closer to this one down here and it's far from this, but I'm going to wait for more candles to print and then know what's up. Okay, so keep an eye on each of these assets. If you trade any one of them, focus on it the more. AED CHF, AED JPY, AED USD, Euro CAD, Euro CHF, GBP JPY, NZD USD, and USD CAD. So that is it from me. Do have an amazing week. Bye-bye.